come out of it completely unscathed, but he also caused a ton of train cars to derail and pile up behind him. And there are some impressive feats that are similar to this. Thanos getting hit by Nebula's ship, or Superman getting hit by a train car thrown by Namek. Both guys managed to take the hit, but they still got knocked back and took a second to get back up.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, he didn't even move. His head didn't even do none of that. His head was straight. He was completely, I think he could take Superman. I put it out there. I'm gonna just throw it out there like that. We're gonna just leave it in the air like that.
That one there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have it.
If you disagree that Hancock could be Superman, put it in the comments below. But we can argue about it. I'll get in the comments with you and we'll talk about it. And I'll tell you, like, we looking at the science right now. Superman got hit by a train car. I mean, he was surprised. Like, I'm gonna say but I feel like he seen it coming. He turned his head and his reflexes, he could have solidified and just bounced it off if he was built like that. Hancock wouldn't even move. He wouldn't even move. Thanos too. He done got hit around. Thanos ain't no joke now. I ain't gonna put him. I don't know who would win between them two, especially if he got the Infinity Gauntlet. But like Superman and Hancock is over.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you a question. Is this really you, gang, or you trolling?
No.
It's your boy Crash Out Gabe, back at it with another one. Today we are tapping into with Hancock. If he was in the universe of the boys, I don't know if you've seen the boys. We might be doing some spoilers with this, but if you have seen the boys, lock in because we finna try to see if Hancock can survive over there. Before we do that, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that hype button so your boy get into the algorithm. I greatly appreciate it.
Can Hancock actually solo the boys universe? Because yeah, Hancock is a monster. Flight, insane strength, durability that lets him walk through explosions like nothing. He's basically untouchable in most fights. But the boys universe isn't like most fights. This is a world where people don't fight fair, where some characters don't need to overpower you, they just need one moment to end it. So the question isn't just, is Hancock stronger than them? It's, can anyone—
Oh, I forgot about the Generation V kids, the girl with the blood and all that. I mean, it might be tough, but I feel like he still should be able to handle it over there, right? Like, if you see Hancock, the further he is from the girl, he gets stronger. So you put him in another universe, calculations and math involved, he should be way stronger because he's super far away from him, you know, in my opinion.
in that world actually stop him before he runs through all of them? John Hancock was gifted with superpowers, but had absolutely no morals. Spending most of his time drinking and getting drunk, Hancock would use his powers sometimes to save others as a hero. However, the majority of the time, the results were catastrophic. Hancock had no regard for collateral damage, and his rescue attempts would leave the city of LA with millions of dollars of property damage. However, Hancock's life began to turn around when he saved a PR spokesman named Ray Embry. Ray's goal was to get corporations to sponsor his charitable All Hearts organization, and seeing the potential in Hancock, he decided to try and help him clean up his image. It turned out that Hancock was actually some type of eternal god that had lived over 3,000 years, coming from a race that humans once called angels. He's incredibly strong. There's really nothing that Hancock can't do. He's casually been able to pick up and throw a gray whale hundreds of feet into the air, with the gray whale weighing around 30 tons.
30 tons? That boy flung him like a frisbee. He ain't even had to put his knees into it. If you look back at the video, if you run that back real quick, he ain't even put his knees in it.
Can't do. He's casually been able to pick up and throw a gray whale hundreds of feet into the—
He stumbled a little bit, but I honestly believe that's just because of the sand. If it wasn't no sand there, he probably would have threw it further. Come on, huh?
The air, with the gray whale weighing around 30 tons. That's not even arguably the most impressive thing Hancock has done. Just by standing there, literally just standing there, Hancock was able to stop a locomotive train dead in its tracks, send it crashing. Let me tell you, that is insanely impressive. Not only is it one of the greatest strength feats you'll see, but it's also an insanely impressive durability feat too.
Yeah, boy, he stopped the train and it ain't break his glasses. It ain't knock his head to the side. It literally did not move him. Like, it did not move him at all. I can just imagine, like, if someone bump into you, like a person just bump into you on accident, you're going to stumble just a little bit, you're going to come off balance, something falling, something moving. he didn't get buzzed, and that train was stacked. It wasn't just the front train. It was like 12 cars behind that flipped over.
I mean, for starters, freight trains weigh a lot, anywhere between 4,000 to 20,000 tons. That's not even factoring in the unimaginable amount of force and momentum that the train generates when it starts moving at full speed. And yet, here you got Hancock no-selling a train, bringing it crashing to an instant stop.
And we ain't gonna talk about how he picked the car up like it was a toy. He picked the car up like it was like a baby picked up. Like, here you go, move out the way real quick. He gently moved the car out the way, and he wasn't even in a rush. It's easy to him.
Not only did it come out of it completely unscathed,
Look.
but he also caused a ton of train cars to derail and pile up behind him. And there are some impressive feats that are similar to this. Thanos getting hit by Nebula's ship, or Superman getting hit by a train car thrown by Namek. Both guys managed to take the hit, but they still got knocked back and took a second to get back up.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, he didn't even move. His head ain't even do none of that. His head was straight. He was completely, I think he could take Superman. I put it out there. I'm gonna just throw it out there like that. We're gonna just leave it in the air like that. If you disagree that Hancock could beat Superman, put in the comments below. But we can argue about it. I'll get in the comments with you and we'll talk about it. And I'll tell you, like, we looking at the science right now. Superman got hit by a train car. I mean, he was surprised. Like, I'm gonna say but I feel like he seen it coming. He turned his head, and with his reflexes, he could have solidified and just bounced it off if he was built like that. Hancock wouldn't even moved. He wouldn't even move. Thanos too. He done got hit around now. Thanos ain't no joke now. I ain't gonna put him up. I don't know who will win between them two, especially if he got the Infinity Gauntlet. But like, Superman and Hancock is over.
On the other hand, Hancock was essentially an immovable object against a near unstoppable force. And then, like all good superheroes, Hancock can also fly and move at incredible speeds. He's massively hypersonic, able to create sonic booms whenever he flies around and regularly blitz enemies. The world of the boys is honestly kind of messed up, because superheroes aren't really heroes, they're products. Like, straight up, they're created, marketed, and controlled by a company called Vault. Everything they do is for branding, money, or power. The saving people part, that's just good PR. And all of it comes from something called Compound V. That's basically a drug that rewrites your body and gives you powers.
Spoiler alert. I think I said it at the beginning of the video, but there will be spoilers. If you have not seen The Boys, go watch that and come back. Unless you like spoilers, or unless you're not gonna watch it. Either way, if you're here and you're trying to stay, we're not trying to kick you out, to be real. We got you.
The thing is, it's random. There's no training system, no structure. You just get whatever you get. So instead of clean, balanced superheroes, you get chaos. Some people get super strength, some get flight, some get lasers, and some get abilities that just straight up shouldn't exist. And that's what makes this universe so dangerous, because it's not
I never seen that one with the baby with the laser eyes.
about who's the strongest, it's about who can end the fight first. Take Homelander. On paper, he's the guy. Flight, strength, heat vision, he's basically invincible. He's the top dog. Nobody in his world can really challenge him. But here's the thing, he's not actually used to real fights. He's used to being the strongest person in the room, and everyone else just...
That's crazy. I can't believe he even got away with that. Or was that him imagining that? No, I'm pretty sure he did that for real, and people just let that slide.
folding. Most of his power comes from intimidation
Hancock should fold him up just off of principle, just for that right there. He should fold him up.
and control, not experience against equal opponents. Then you've got Soldier Boy. This is where things get more interesting. Because yeah, he's strong, but more importantly, he's experienced. He's actually been in real fights. And on top of that, he has one of the craziest abilities in the verse. That blast he does, it can literally take your powers away. So now it doesn't matter how strong you are. If he hits you with that, you're just done. But that's not even the scariest part of this universe, because
But that's the thing though, like he can snap your powers away if you got that compound V or whatever it's called in your blood. But that ain't gonna work on Hancock. It ain't no compound in there. Can you snap away his powers? Can his powers be removed if it's in his bones? If it's in his fibers, who he is? That's the question.
Some people don't need strength at all. Take Victoria Newman. She doesn't fight, she doesn't throw hands, she just looks at you and your head explodes. That's it. No wind up, no warning. If she decides the fight is over, it's over.
Yeah, that's true. I remember her. She can't just pop people's heads like grapes. I don't know what Homelander could do to that one. Like, if she just looks at you, yeah, if he had to fight her, she worse than Homelander.
There's not really anything you can do about it if you don't see it coming. And there's Marie. She might actually be worse because she controls blood, not just outside the body, but inside it too. She can weaponize it, manipulate it, or just shut your body down completely. So now you're not even talking about a fight anymore. You're talking about someone who can just decide you're done. And that's really what makes the boys universe.
Yeah, I remember her. She's like one of the top level mutants or whatever they call themselves. She like top level. 'Cause blood manipulation is a crazy power to have.
So different. It's not just about who's the strongest, it's also about who gets their ability off first. Because yeah, the heavy hitters like Homelander and Soldier Boy, they still have to fight. They have to trade blows, take hits, push through damage. But the Hacks characters, they skip all that. Then you've got the in-between fighters like Black Noir. Not the strongest, but insanely efficient. He's not trying to overpower you. He's trying to end the fight as fast as possible. Or Kimiko. She's not the biggest powerhouse either, but she just doesn't stay down. She heals, keeps coming, and
Yeah, she got like Wolverine powers. She can't die. But I don't see her really being no threat to Hancock. For real.
turns every fight into a war of endurance. That's really the whole point of this universe. It's unpredictable. There's no clean this person beats this person every time. A weaker character can win just because their power is a bad matchup. A fight can end instantly or turn into something brutal and dragged out. Most importantly, nobody fights fair. That's why the boys feel so different from Marvel or DC. In those worlds, fights build up, they escalate. In this one, they just end fast, messy, and usually before someone even realizes what just happened.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the boys, they don't fight clean. They always fighting dirty. The whole entire show is dirty fighting with powers.
Because here it's not about how strong you are, it's about whether you even get the chance to fight. So, how would someone like Hancock do up against this entire universe of quote-unquote heroes? Well, honestly, he would kind of dominate. He would dominate everyone. Because the top of the food chain in The Boys is Homelander. And I would say Hancock is winning that fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he started bringing up a whole other people and had me second guessing for a second. Like, for a second, I was still with Hancock for sure. But yeah, the blood manipulation and the head exploding, that kind of had me thinking for a second. Like, I mean, if she hiding off in the hills and she peek at him and explode his head, he can't really do nothing. But what, like if his head, I don't know. We're going to see.
Especially based on pure feats. Because here's the thing with Homelander. He talks a big game. He really does. He thinks he's all that. He's all powerful. And he is. Just within the Boys universe. But the Boys is about as grounded as a world as you can get and still have a whole assortment of superhumans. Meaning that, at best, Homelander is like a city-level threat. Now, he could probably replicate a lot of the stuff that Hancock does throughout the movie, and his heat vision might prove to be an actual issue here. It is powerful enough to kill other supers. But there are just a few feats here that demonstrate Hancock is in a whole other class of hero compared to Homelander. First one, it's the train feat. He took that train better than just about anyone, even Queen Maeve with the armored truck. And Homelander just can't compare here. I mean, there's even a point-blank comparison of him getting squished by that falling bus. Granted, Homelander wasn't actually hurt by just a bus, but Hancock legit wasn't moved by the train at all. That's not even the most impressive thing that Hancock has ever done. He flew up to the moon and carved out a heart that you could see from Earth by just looking up.
What, flip the moon? Shouldn't that like make the oceans flip over? No, whatever. Yeah, but that's crazy. Jesus.
That's like a Grand Canyon the size of a country, at least. Maybe a continent, if we're being honest. And for all the talk that Homelander throws around, for all the times that he's thought of himself as a god, he's never done anything even close to this impressive or this powerful. And Hancock made it look easy and did it just to help a friend. There's really no comparison here. Hancock would dominate this fight and easily beat Homelander. No question about it. And everyone else in the verse, well, they scale below Homelander. Even the ones who can compete with Homelander, like Butcher, Maeve, and Soldier Boy, well, they're not quite as strong or powerful as Homelander himself. Butcher even said outright that he couldn't lift up to 10 to 15 tons. Hancock casually throws around 30 to 50 tons. So an
Keyword casually. Butcher can't lift 15 and he casually tossing 30 to 40. It's a big difference.
any physical fight, while Hancock is dominating against pretty much anyone in the boys' universe. The ones who might give him a problem are the more non-physical fighters, people like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Them the ones that I know is going to be an issue for him. Physical ain't nothing, but like blood manipulation and head explosions and stuff like that, that's, I don't know, that's different. That's technically, that should be cheating. That should be cheating. That shouldn't even be fair. That should be something that you shouldn't be able to do. Let's get back to the
Victoria
video.
Newman, Marie Moreau. People can just look at Hancock and hurt him that way. Of course, that would work if it wasn't nearly impossible to actually injure Hancock. See, Hancock only has one known weakness, that's being around his ex-wife. And even then, well, it takes weeks for him to actually start anyone in the boys' universe. The ones who might give him a problem are the more non-physical fighters, people like Victoria Newman, Marie Moreau. People can just look at Hancock and hurt him that way. Of course, that would work if it wasn't nearly impossible to actually injure Hancock. See, Hancock only has one known weakness, that's being around his ex-wife. And even then, well, it takes weeks for him to actually start to get weaker. Outside of that, well, Hancock is quite literally immortal.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I was saying it, I called it from the beginning. I swear I ain't seen this. The further he gets away from his wife, the one that he's his other half, the stronger he gets. So if you take him and you put him in a whole nother universe, what you got? You got a goddamn monster. That's what you got right there.
And still with the speed and power to, quite literally, one-shot anyone he comes across. I don't think Newman or Marie are quite powerful enough to put him down. Homelander could potentially give Hancock a good fight, but once Homelander goes down, well, Hancock is absolutely going wild and clearing the field. Yeah, Hancock can legitimately solo the boys' universe. But what do y'all think?
Y'all heard that? Y'all heard it, not just from me. He said it. He did research.
Okay.
I ain't even had to do research. I just used my search. But he used research and he got to the same conclusion that I got. Hancock is going to body the boys' universe. We're going to just throw that one in there too. At the end, he didn't say that, but he did at the same time. So we just going to leave it right there. If y'all liked the video, y'all tuned in, y'all enjoyed, watching it with your boy, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that hype button too. You know what I mean? It won't hurt you. It won't hurt nobody. It ain't gonna bite. It won't bite. But other than that, peace.